Norway's coastline is a world of breathtaking fjords, hidden bays and rugged islands. A staggering 63,000 miles of pure natural wonder. It's no surprise that cruise lines from around the globe jostle for space to sail here, but only one has the expertise, history and access to show you Norway like no other. Today we're thrilled to take you on what we believe is the ultimate Norwegian coastal cruise, a journey unlike any other on Earth.
That's what they say up north, from Bolton. You alright, Duck? Is that Bolton? Or are we going to get into trouble?
Imagine 14 nights aboard a ship whose crew knows every rugged curve and corner of this coastline, backed by over 130 years of experience navigating Norway's most secret and spectacular locations. We've cruised Norway countless times, but this is something truly special, a rare, intimate look at a Norway that most travellers will never see. This isn't just another cruise. This is the Svalbard line, and we're about to take you with us on this fascinating journey. Welcome aboard! Hurtigruten recently invited us to spend 2 incredible weeks on board the MS Trollfjord, sailing from Bergen through the Arctic Circle to the remote island of Svalbard and back, stopping at some of Norway's most isolated gems along the way. After 2 weeks exploring this unique ship, we're excited to share everything you need to know about MS Trollfjord in this complete guide. In this first part of our Norwegian series, we'll dive into the accommodations, public areas, fabulous dining, service and the overall experience. And stick around till the end, where we reveal 5 unexpected surprises that make this cruise truly unique.
20 minutes, the tender said. So what does she do? She goes and finds a swing.
Built in 2002 and refurbished in 2023, MS Trollfjord is a standout in the Hurtigruten fleet, accommodating 500 guests on the stunning Bergen to Svalbard route, known as the Svalbard Line. Named after Norway's dramatic Trollfjord, a narrow and picturesque fjord in Lofoten, and we'll see that in the vlog later, the ship blends modern comfort with the more traditional coaster cruiser charms, including a spacious panorama lounge with floor-to-ceiling windows, cosy budget-friendly cabins, luxurious suites, and dining options that highlight authentic Norwegian cuisine. Its smaller size allows access to remote ports larger ships cannot reach, offering a deeper, more personal exploration of Norway's rugged coast. Let's take a more detailed look around. Entering the ship on deck 6, you're immediately greeted by an atrium with a staircase that spans the ship's height, crowned with a glass roof to flood the space with natural light. The glass-fronted elevators let you enjoy views of the mural as you glide between decks. Deck 6 is all about cabins, more of those later, but it boasts a standout feature, a full wraparound promenade deck, perfect for a scenic stroll as you sail along the Norwegian coast. The heart of the ship's public areas lies on decks 5 and 8, with reception located in the atrium on deck 4, alongside the ship's only self-service laundry. But let's start on deck 5. Descend the main stairs and you'll find the lecture hall at the front, a hub for lectures, port talks and daily gatherings. The hall's exterior showcases Hurtigruten's history, giving you something to ponder while waiting for a session. Conveniently, a hot drink station outside lets you grab a coffee before settling in. Talks run on separate times in Norwegian, English, German and French, so there's rarely a crowd, and every seat offers a good view. Flanking the lecture hall are cosy seating areas with panoramic views, perfect for quiet moments. These corridors also lead to smaller lecture rooms, adding to the ship's many serene nooks. Back at the atrium, you'll spot an unusual sight, a tank of king crabs and drying cabinets. These hint at Aran, the brasserie-style dining venue nearby. Named after the Sami word for the hearth, Aran features rustic decor with dark wood, leather and stone, creating a warm, intimate vibe. Open noon till 9 p.m, it serves a menu of small plates, hearty mains and indulgent desserts, with optional specialities like king crab. The elevated service and cosy atmosphere make it a favourite. Past Aran, you'll find the ship's shop, a a surprisingly spacious boutique offering Helly Hansen apparel, branded items and gifts. Open daily, it's perfect for a browsing or a chat with a super friendly shop manager. At the ship's aft lies Flora, the main dining room for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Breakfast and lunch are buffet style with plenty of tables for two, while dinner is a la carte with assigned seating. The calming decor, inspired by Norwegian rosemalling, a traditional folk art that originated in the valleys of Norway, and the option to dine at quieter Wakeview tables make Flora a relaxing dining spot. Just outside Flora are additional stairs and elevators leading to Deck 8, where we'll explore the accommodation next. Let's take a closer look. MS Trollfjord offers a select number of suites, including the spacious Expedition Grand Suite we stayed in, the luxurious Owner's Suites at the aft of Deck 8, and two on Deck 7, which are the only suites with balconies. Suite perks take the experience up a notch, with exclusive access to the unbelievably good fine dining restaurant Rost for breakfast, lunch, afternoon tea and dinner. And don't worry, we're going to rave about Rost later. Our Grand Suite 819 was a fantastic home for our 2-week adventure. On entry, to the left was a walk-in wardrobe, and the entrance corridor had a dressing table and floor-to-ceiling mirrors. Perfect for checking you're ready to go public, with your super trendy, about to explore the Arctic Circle look. The bathroom, while not massive, had a full-size bath, a separate shower, and blissfully heated floors. The bedroom features a large bed in the traditional Norwegian style, which is 2 separate duvets and cosy wool throws, perfect for cozying up in the bay window. Opposite the bed was one of 2 flat-screen TVs with a table beneath it, offering plenty of handy storage. Each bedside table has 3 drawers, reading lights, USB charging points and European sockets. A curtain divided the bedroom from the living area, which boasted another TV, a long sofa, a desk and a minibar complete with a coffee machine, standard equipment for suite-class guests. Bonus points for the in-suite phone that plays announcements, saving us from the classically awkward robe-in-the-doorway shuffle during updates. The star of the suite? That breathtaking bay window, where we spent countless hours soaking in Norway's incredible coastal scenery. We were oddly charmed by the built-in washing system that cleaned the windows each morning, a gently quirky yet effective wake-up call. Suite guests also enjoy signature cocktails, twice daily turn-down service, and a complimentary clothing bundle, including a stylish waterproof jacket, a cosy merino wool sweater, and a wool hat. It's all wrapped up in a beautifully appointed and ultra-spacious suite. Elsewhere on Deck 8, you'll find charming porthole cabins with twin or double bed layouts. The mini suites on Deck 6, located at the bow, feature a separate living area and 3 porthole windows. Polar outside cabins, like 632 here, have twin beds with a drop-down bunk and promenade deck views. While double rooms on Deck 7, like 738 here, offer large portholes, although some have obstructed views. Deck 4 cabins feature square windows, while all cabin types share similar layouts. Narrow wardrobes, a fridge and a kettle station, a wall-mounted TV, and bathrooms equipped with, yes, the dreaded shower curtain. For those craving true darkness in the light summers, inside cabins are available on decks 4, 6 and 7, as well as larger accessible cabins. All rooms come with unlimited Wi-Fi for multiple devices. While not blazingly fast, it held up surprisingly well, even during the 2-day Barents Sea crossing to Svalbard. That's a solid thumbs up from us. Now that we've toured the accommodations, let's explore the public areas on the top decks of the ship. Starting with Deck 8, the aft houses the Expedition Suite area we've seen, and a few porthole cabins. Forward from the aft staircase on the port side is the Espelin Johnson Lounge, named after the renowned Norwegian artist. It's a tranquil spot with sea views and displays of the artist's work. From here, glass doors lead into Rost, the Arctic fine dining restaurant, but more on that in delicious detail in a moment. Opposite the lounge on the starboard side is the library, a cosy hideaway with comfy chairs facing the sea, shelves of books to borrow, and tables for board games or puzzles. Next to the library is the hub for the Coastal Experience team, where guests can ask about excursions or ports or ask any question they like. And there's even an interactive live screen map and paper resources to help you plan your next port of call. Nearby and close to the atrium is another relaxing lounge area with panoramic views. It's perfect for reading, chatting or just daydreaming. I do that a lot. Opposite this, you'll come to the highlight of Deck 8, and as of the time of this video, the only ship in the fleet to have it. Rost. Inspired by the ancient municipality of Rost at the far end of the Lofoten Islands, this fine dining spot pays homage to Norway's rich seafood heritage. The decor, dark woods, gold accents and an open kitchen oozes understated rustic elegance and luxury. Even the glassware has been meticulously and finely engraved. Rost's menu is a celebration of local, seasonal ingredients. Breakfast is a visually stunning buffet with freshly prepared hot dishes by the talented Isabella. Lunch is a 3-course affair, and here's the attribute of Rost that surprised us most when we had lunch here. There's no menu. Instead, chefs create bespoke dishes using region-specific produce gathered along the route. Served with an optional wine pairings, it's a meal to savour. The evening steps it up further with a 5-course dinner, again with no menu, featuring Norwegian delicacies like Arctic char, reindeer and vegan Arctic pearls. Suite guests can enjoy all meals in Rost, along with sparkling wine afternoon tea twice weekly. Oh, and the afternoon tea? Oh my, we've never had one quite like it. It is simply magnificent. It's served with a glass of Habit's Bobbler, a sparkling wine unique in that it is aged 30 metres deep on the Arctic seabed of the Norwegian Sea. Its location is a closely guarded secret known only to a select few at Hurtigruten, and it makes the afternoon tea extra special. We said this incredible dining experience is included for suite guests, but for other guests, dining here is absolutely allowed and incurs a small upcharge, and trust us, it's worth every single penny. There's even an option to upgrade to a 7-course executive chef tasting menu, complete with sommelier-selected wines and pre- and post-dinner cocktails crafted by the mixologist at the 1893 bar. Rost is an absolute revelation in cruise dining. It's quite simply, in our opinion, and after eating in some of the finest restaurants on the finest ships, the best restaurant at sea. We couldn't wait for it to be opened every day to see what the brilliant chefs had concocted for us this time. Foodies who watch this channel rejoice. There's much more to see of Rost and Arran in our Experience Voyage vlog, which will be linked at the end of this video when it's released. Speaking of the 1893 bar, it's a standout on Deck 9. Located at the ship's bow, it boasts floor-to-ceiling double-height windows for uninterrupted panoramic views. The circular bar offers an excellent range of included drinks, mostly from Norway, beers, wines, aquavit, as well as extra-cost cocktails inspired by local flavours created by the exceptionally talented mixologist. There's no roaming bar service here, but step up and order and the bartenders are quick and friendly. We particularly loved the bar's upper level, a quiet area with glorious views and easy access to the outdoor top deck. Before we talk about the outside areas, on your way there you'll find a small gym. Believe me, it's small, these are mirrors, although Hurtigruten have well equipped the space that they've given it, to be fair. And a sauna that's almost as big as the gym. There's also a bar here used to serve the outdoor areas, like for the welcome drinks, as seen here. Now, the top outdoor deck, while more utilitarian than the rest of the ship, lives up to its name as an observation deck. It's perfect for scenic sailing and often hosts coastal experience team events, from Arctic Circle crossings to culinary demonstrations with local tastings. There's also a covered smoking area and some no-frills seating. Even Hurtigruten would admit this deck is a little unimaginative. It's basic, practical, and in no way plush, or I have to say particularly inviting, but it is perfect for observing the geography around you, and in that respect, the observation deck is perfectly named. Lastly, let's not forget Deck 3, home to, yes, a car deck. Most embarkation happens via a side door, but at Træna, the tide was low, so we disembarked using the car ramp. A quirky experience and a fun story to tell. You'll see that in the vlog. Now you've had a good look around and got a flavour for, well, the flavours. Here's 5 things that surprised us about this cruise overall. You'll get to see more detail in our Svalbard Line voyage experience vlog, but here's a taster. First up, let's talk about the ship itself. We'll admit, we came aboard with a few preconceptions about Hurtigruten, given its history of ferrying cargo and cars along the Norwegian coast, and the rather unfair generalised misconception based on the company's workhorse past. We worried it might feel like, well, an upmarket ferry. There are little details around the ship that Hurtigruten have obviously retained, despite completely reimagining the interiors, to give the design ethics little nods to the past. And yes, there's a small car deck down below, which is vital for delivering vehicles to those areas like Svalbard that still need that level of practicality and service from Hurtigruten. But apart from that, boy, we were wrong. The MS Trollfjord was refurbished in 2023 and her interiors are finished to an impressively high standard. And our suite, well, easily one of the nicest and most comfortable rooms we've ever stayed in. That bay window with the 2 chairs and footstools, absolutely genius for cold weather cruising, practically a front row seat to Norway's best scenery. We also can't lie and say the cabins generally aren't small. Compared to modern cruise ships, well, many of them are. And there's no balconies unless you splash out on an owner's suite, but the cabins have been refurbished to a lovely standard too. Now, we also won't pretend that the observation deck does still have a little bit of the F-word vibe. There's no luxury flair up there, no hot tubs, no swimming pools, and instead of plush lounges you get blue plastic chairs. But hey, they're way comfier than they look. As for the drinks, you'll need to stretch those sea legs and head to the bar yourself. No roaming service here either. That said, the ship's overall design and decor are definitely a cut above anything resembling a you-know-what. It's clear Hurtigruten knows how to blend functionality with a touch of class, making it feel more like a 500-guest expedition ship than a working ferry with delusions of grandeur. We're officially eating our words on this one. Eating our words brings us to our second big surprise, the food and drink. Hurtigruten's signature voyages include a solid lineup of beverages, great selection of wines, plenty of Norwegian beers, basic spirits and soft drinks. For those willing to splash out a bit, there are premium spirits and expertly crafted signature cocktails by Hurtigruten's talented onboard mixologists. Yes, they created these cocktails themselves, not some corporate think tank. The bar team on our cruise, absolute legends, always smiling, never frazzled, and full of great recommendations. We especially loved that most of the drinks were Norwegian in origin, from Norwegian breweries and distilleries, with one of the best beer selections we've ever encountered. A local beer at lunch in Arran quickly became a daily ritual. Now let's talk about Rost, the Arctic fine dining restaurant available to suite guests and other passengers for what we consider a very reasonable upcharge. Our advice is, as soon as you board, go straight there and book it for the entire voyage. This place blew us away. Think 3-course mystery lunches and 5-course surprise dinners, paired with wines, cocktails or spirits, sometimes doubling up as clues for the next dish. Every course was intricate, beautifully presented and extremely delicious, delivered with white glove service and perfectly timed. Every mealtime was an event we looked forward to. With little in the way of traditional cruise entertainment on board, dinner at Rost became our nightly highlight, blending exquisite food with witty banter from the team we quickly grew to adore. Honestly, it was up there with the very best dining we've ever had, on land or sea. Yeah, it was that good. Now on to the next surprise, the incredible service. The crew on board were nothing short of outstanding. We couldn't help but notice that the entire team was Scandinavian, and they all seemed to be genuinely loving their jobs. From what we gathered, many of the crew work 2 voyages on, then 2 off. On this itinerary, that's 28 days on, followed by a blissful 28 days off. We've never seen that on any other cruise line. One thing we also absolutely loved: tipping is frowned upon in Norway, so the service wasn't influenced by whether or not you planned to tip. The crew delivered consistently excellent service to everyone, all the time. Special thanks and shout-outs go to Robin, Anna, Oscar and Eric in Rost, chefs Andre, Henrik and Isabella, and the rockstar bar team of Nikolai, Sondro and Angelica. You guys made our cruise unforgettable. And while the entertainment options on board are sparse, we can't overlook the one-woman wonder who brought it all together each evening, Tammy, twinkling the ivories in the bar from 7 p.m. until 11. Her piano tunes created the perfect atmosphere to wind down after a day of Arctic adventures. Bravo to Tammy and the whole crew for making this trip so memorable. The fourth surprise was the Coastal Experience team, a group of hard-working legends who went above and beyond to make sure we got the most out of every stop. They delivered daily briefings about upcoming ports, highlighting key sites, walking routes and hikes for independent explorers. They also handled all the logistics for paid excursions and spoke multiple languages. The itinerary itself was a major highlight, with stops at fascinating ports that offered a mix of unique excursions and plenty of options for independent exploration. We'd initially booked several excursions, assuming there wouldn't be much to do in some of the more remote places. Turns out we underestimated how much the coastal team had planned for DIY explorers. They always had great suggestions for hikes, local sites and hidden gems. That said, the excursions we did book were top-notch. From e-biking and kayaking to rib boat rides and guided hikes, each one was well organised and memorable. One coach tour even had an unexpected twist: a flat tyre in the Arctic tundra. If you want the full story, you'll have to check out the vlog. All in all, the Coastal Experience team and the diverse itinerary made this cruise a standout adventure. Woolly hats off to them. The final and perhaps the most magical surprise of this voyage was the sheer amount of scenic sailing. On most cruising, travelling between ports is just downtime, but here it was an experience all on its own. The captain expertly guided us through some of the most stunning inside passages we've ever seen. While we occasionally ventured out into open seas for a brief stretch, other than the crossing to Svalbard, most of our journey hugged Norway's incredible coastline with jaw-dropping scenery on both sides of the ship. Having done 3 previous traditional Norwegian fjord cruises, we assumed this trip would involve more open sea sailing between destinations. Instead, we were treated to endless views of islands, inlets and dramatic landscapes that made every moment on board unforgettable. We've got a full voyage vlog coming soon, where we'll take you along all the fascinating little places we visited and bring this entire magical experience to life. If you're planning a cruise to Norway or just want to see what it's like, this is a must-watch. So, stay tuned, and as always, thanks for watching, and watch this next.